What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another review video. I'm back reviewing people's dreadlocks, and today we are reviewing Lisa Bonet. So Lisa Bonet was born in 1967 in San Francisco, United States, and she's mostly known for playing Denise, Huxtable, Kendall on The Cosby Show. So that's where we're gonna start. We're gonna start in 1985. So if you don't know her from The Cosby Show, you might know her from being married to Lenny Kravitz. They were married for 20 years and they had a daughter together, Zoe Kravitz. Zoe Kravitz, by the way, is a complete look-alike of her parents, which is kind of funny. But we're gonna start in 1985. She was playing Denise on The Cosby Show. And as you can see here, she has quite short hair. So my suspicion is that she went natural. She probably cut her hair from straightening it maybe. Her hair is still fairly straightened here, but it's kind of in between curly and straightened hair. If we then go to the next picture, which is still 1985, you can see she has that blow-dried kind of, what do you call it? Quiff? I don't know how you call it in English. But yeah, she still has short hair, and as the time goes on, she grows out her hair. In 1985, the end of the season of that year, you can see her hair is still kind of the same. It's almost completely straightened, and it's been blow dried. I think this is a cool style. This is a style that was very in for a while. It was very hip. Rihanna kind of brought back this same hairstyle as well. And then we go to 1987. And this is also the year she marries Lenny Kravitz. And here, I think this is a spin-off of The Cosby Show. She had her own show for a while. That show was called A Different World. And as you can see, she looks like she has dreadlocks. Although, it doesn't seem very likely that in 2 years her hair grew from what we saw before to this length. So I think she had some lock extensions. But you can see that she was already kind of flirting with the idea of getting dreadlocks. Then in 1988, you see her back on The Cosby Show with super long hair, super wavy long hair. And you can see her natural curl pattern here. It's curly, it's not very frizzy or nappy, but it isn't straight either. Then in 1988, she is on the front cover of Rolling Stone magazine. And it's quite a revealing picture. I think this was a big deal for her, kind of introducing herself into the Hollywood world as an adult. And here you can still see her natural hair. She has very nice curly long hair. And here you can see a picture together with Lenny Kravitz, who already has short dreadlocks. I did a review on him as well. If you're interested in that, you can click on the info card and look at that episode. But you can see them here with their daughter, Zoe Kravitz. This is also the year she stars in Enemy of the State together with Will Smith. And at the end of 1988, I think she got locks. Because if we look at this picture, which is from 1988, you can see that she has decent locks already. Some of her hair is still very curly, especially the ends of the locks, and you can see a lot of kind of loose hair here, but these are really starting to look like locks. And because they look so relaxed, it looks like she doesn't really do a lot to her locks. I think maybe she got them started some way. Maybe she used a crochet hook, or maybe some interlocking, maybe braids, I don't know. But it does look like the locks she kind of has now, which is very famous for the fact that she doesn't have hyper manicured locks. She just has a relaxed, people say bohemian type of dreadlocks. So then in 1989, she got locks, and she started with it on The Cosby Show. Here you can't see how long they are, but you can see that she has really nice looking, maybe even I'd say freeform locks. And she was on The Cosby Show with that. So I think she really started owning dreadlocks, because she was even her character on the TV show was wearing them. Often you see that when actors have a certain hairstyle for the role that they're playing, they might like use a wig or something else. But in this case, her character got dreadlocks too. Same year, 1989, the bottom of her locks are curly, but again, her locks are super long. So I think she got extensions in them to make them a bit longer. So either in the picture before, she cut her locks and made them shorter, or she extended them using extensions. You can even see some beads in her hair. So some rings here. So it's starting to look really interesting. Here's another picture of 1989, and I think locks suit her very well. Usually when people have not very frizzy hair but they still have curls, locks can kind of, to me, look a bit like in between, like it's loose hair or it's very straight hair. But in her case, I think she really wears them very well. But then, 1990, she is on the Cosby Show with straight hair. So what happens? Did she cut her locks? I have no idea. This is again another hairstyle that was very typical in the 90s. The part in the middle and having the hair up in the back and having the straight like pieces of hair. It's really funny to see that. And this is also around the time that she quit, or I think she was fired from the Cosby Show. So this was one of the last times we could see her on TV with, well, in this case it's her natural hair or her straightened hair, but no dreadlocks. And then we jump from 1990 to 1993, where she no longer has dreadlocks. She has very curly hair, and this looks awesome on her too. But she has no more dreadlocks, so I think she restarted them. Maybe she wasn't happy with the way she started them the first time. And here in 1993, there's another picture where she has loose hair. There are no locks in her hair yet. But then we jump from 1993 to 2000. There wasn't much that I could find between 1993 and 2000. And right around this time, she changed her name from Lisa Bonet to Lila Coy Moon. And that was because she wanted to live a more private life. So she just used Lisa Bonet professionally, but personally, talking to other people, I guess she wants to be called Lila Coy. I don't know. I have no idea how you pronounce that. Lila Coy Moon. Then we jump to 2000, where she stars in the movie with Jack Black, High Fidelity. She has shoulder length locks a bit past her shoulder, so that indicates that she'd had dreadlocks probably for a few years, maybe 2 years or so prior to filming this movie. Here we see her in 2006. In 2005, she started a relationship with Jason Momoa, aka Khal Drogo, aka Aquaman, and they had 2 kids together. And this is what she looks right around that time. So she has very long locks. I think by this time this is all her hair, because it makes sense that from here, where they're just past the shoulder, to here that they are waist length. And I mean, I don't even have to say it, they look awesome. She really wears dreadlocks very well. And she still has some loose curls around the edges, some loose curls on the bottom, but I think this really makes them look even better than if they were completely retwisted, manicured. So yeah, they look awesome. Still another video in 2006. You can see how curly her locks are on the bottom. You even see some curls around the edges that are starting to grow. This is something you see often when people freeform, that not all hair connects to the dreadlock unless you make it connect. This might grow into another dreadlock on its own a few years down the line. Or some people just leave it because they love the look of the hair doing whatever it wants to do. Lisa Bonet, 2011. This is from the TV show New Girl, and she has locks. But what's interesting about this picture is that the end of her lock has been braided. So this could be because she wants that part of the lock to lock up. If you get braids and you just leave them in long enough, they will change into dreadlocks, they would grow into dreadlocks. Or she's just braided it and she'll pick it out later. Maybe it's a way to keep her hair more versatile, because if you have locks for a long time, there's not really a lot that you can do compared to loose hair. And if the bottom of your locks are kind of curly, there's still a lot you can do with it, like braiding them. In 2013, she stars in the Netflix show Ray Donovan, and you can see that she also rocks her locks here. And even though she's getting a bit older, she still looks awesome. She's just someone who has such style, and she rocks dreadlocks. I mean, I'm kind of jealous because I would never have my hair like that, but I love how it looks on her. Another picture from a Ray Donovan episode. You can really see how long they are. Some of them are even reaching all the way to her hip, and she still has that curliness at the bottom of her dreadlocks. Then in another movie that she starred in, you can see that they kind of tied her locks back, and the front of her locks are kind of curly still, and they tied the locks up in the back. I know a lot of people have issues with ways on how to make their hair look neat if they have freeform type dreadlocks or just very frizzy hair, but in her case this makes it look very neat, and I think you would have to know what dreadlocks kind of look like in order to really notice straight away that she has dreadlocks here. 2018, this is a picture from fairly recently. You can still see a braid right here, but I'm not sure if that is because she is trying to make them lock or just because she thinks it looks really well and keeps her hair loose. So with that being said, this is the last picture. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And I know a lot of people watching right now are not subscribed to this channel. If you want to see more review videos on dreadlocks, leave them in the description below and subscribe so you can see my next video whenever I post that. And have a good day. I'll see you in the next video.